I told you guys that this was going to happen with this company, and a few of you people were breaking my chops about it. All right, guys. So Amazon is letting go 30,000 employees. That's a lot. And I did a video a few months ago, if not a year ago, a few months ago. It's here, and you guys can watch this where I was talking about how one of my buddy, Rick, had two Amazon executives talk about how they were going to do a massive cut this year. Now, I didn't know whether it was going to be in July or the end of the year, but I said it was this year because that's what they said, and they had the inside scoop, those people. Now, Amazon's letting go 30,000 employees. And they're getting rid of 30,000 employees because, as Amazon puts it, they're getting rid of the employees because of the rise of AI. I said this before, I will say it again. You sit at a desk, you are going to lose your job in the next year or so. I wouldn't even give it 5 years at this point. I would give it another year or two. The craziness about it is that Amazon just outwardly said, yeah, man, we're replacing humans with AI. That's a company, guys, who does not give any care in the world about humans. Because, listen, I understand that you run a business and you want your business to run efficiently. You want it to run flawlessly. You want it to run without any problems, without anybody getting their hand stuck in a machine, going to sleep, being late, having to feed them, having babies, having a family emergencies. I understand that, and I understand that that costs people or companies a lot of money when those things happen. But that is part of the human experience. To then outwardly say, yeah, we're going to get rid of these people because AI, one entity, can run our entire business, right? This one thing could multitask and do the job of 10, 20,000 people. I'm assuming that the other, 10,000 people are factory workers because I know that they were working on robots for the last few years to do a lot of their jobs. In fact, they had a couple of factories, if I'm not mistaken, in the Midwest somewhere that were like fully automated. It was all robots. And now you're going to have robot controlling AI, or AI, controlling the robots to work. This is, guys, one of the worst things that we're starting to see, and everybody will make an excuse, especially people who are not going to lose their jobs. They're making the excuse, well, they have a business to run. Yeah, fucko. And then when you're out of work, then is that going to be your same excuse? No, you're going to be crying like a fucking bitch on a fucking sidewalk, wondering what happened. The problem, guys, is that people are selfish, as we know. And people only see the problem when it affects them immediately, or directly, rather, Right? So when it affects them directly, then all of a sudden, they're like, but what happened? I didn't mean... This is the beginning. And again, a lot of people with the tiny brains, they can't figure out that one thing will lead to the next. It always starts with the little things, and then it grows. And these jobs, guys, again, sitting at a desk, you're losing a job. Hell, I could see UPS replacing a lot of the workers in the factories or the assembly facilities, right, where all the packages come in. I could see them replacing those guys with robots real soon. And those guys are going to lose their job. The only people right now that are secure are like contractors, carpenters, firefighters, for now, police officers. Listen, just because they implement robots in, let's say, NYPD, doesn't mean NYPD is going to be flushed to robots. It's not going to happen. It's not even going to work that way. It's going to take quite a while to get there, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I don't see every state doing it, and I do not see every city having RoboCops running around talking about, dead or alive, become a weep. I don't see any of that shit happening. What I do see, though, are the people that sit at a desk or have, I hate to say it, easier jobs or less physical jobs being replaced by robots and AI. Now, the problem, guys, is that Jerome Powell, the U.S. financial dude, right, this nerd here, he states that he's watching Amazon to see what happens next. Because if Amazon gets away with this, which they will, and the transition is flawless, other companies are going to do the same thing. And then you're going to have 30,000 employees from other companies being released as well. Maybe not that high, and maybe not that fast. But nonetheless, guys, this is happening. And people are losing their jobs. And people are going to lose their jobs, and they will not be able to get work in that same field. They might have to downgrade or possibly upgrade. In a lot of cases, they're probably going to have to downgrade. If you were working at an executive level at Amazon, well, now you got to start bagging groceries at the Piggly Wiggly because that's the only job available. And the problem, guys, is again, you were an executive making 200 grand a year, 300 grand a year. Now you're at the Piggly Wiggly making 50 grand a year, if that, right? So now you took a drastic cut in pay and your life shifts drastically. And that's going to cause more people to harm themselves because they will not be able to deal with the stress of living a nice life, wife and kids, to living in a shitbox packing groceries. This is going to get worse because more people are going to lose jobs. And the more people that lose jobs, the less job openings that are out there. The less job openings that are out there, there are more people that are out of work that can't find work because now those jobs are being handed over to robots and AI. And then what do? Well, here comes universal basic income. Or the other one that Elon Musk mentioned, I think it was universal maximum income, something like that. Here comes that nonsense, right? And so now you'll be getting money for doing nothing. But most people are not lazy. Most people want to work. So guys, if you are on the chopping block to losing your job for AI or because of AI or some marketing problem or some financial issue in your job, start to look for a side hustle or create a side hustle. I'm going to say this 1,000 times. Come up with a side hustle that's going to make you money in case you lose your job. I am a New York City firefighter, but I also do YouTube and I make money on here. I also make money with my photography. I got a couple of different avenues. That's what you're supposed to do. Come up with different side hustles so you do not have to worry, or rather worry less about losing your job. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.